like we don't know like they are indentured labor. Indentured? Your English. Let's get into this day's channeling. Let's channel, shall we? Let's talk. Let's meditate. This is our reacting session. We give our opinion because that's what we do on this channel. We react on people's opinions. Wow. Are we all gonna pretend like we don't know that most Indians in South Africa, they were bought as laborers? They were not like slaves. No. I mean, they have their own monuments here in SA. Are we gonna pretend like we don't know that? Are we gonna pretend like they were the ones who were doing the abusing? If we can use the word. They were the ones like in charge. Like they were trying to prove to the white man that I got this. They were trying to prove to the white man that they have this and they should have trust in them. I mean, don't you guys read books? I'm curious, like, anyways, let's ditch the videos, shall we?
One day when the country is no longer facing an economic crisis, or one day when the country is free of corruption, when we are ready to talk, when you are ready to sit down and talk about real-time issues that we are facing, we'll be able to sit down and talk about the amount of racism that most Indian people have towards black people. This might not be a popular opinion, but I know whoever's watching this video knows what I'm talking about. This thing has been going on for the longest time and people are not addressing it. Instead, we sweep it under the carpet. But it's been going on for the longest time. And I'm not talking about just the recent incidents that happened in Phoenix, the Phoenix massacre or anything. I'm talking about a lot of things. It's been happening for the longest time. How many times have you met one of your brother or sister or auntie or even your neighbor who works for Indians or who works in Makishini or my Indians? How many times have you heard them talk about how evil they are? How badly they treat black people? How much they see us as slaves or animals instead of human beings? This thing hasn't been addressed in South Africa for the longest time. People don't want to talk about it. I don't know, maybe it's because of the affiliation that the government has, or the former government, as they said, has with certain Indian businessmen and business people. But we need to start addressing the situation. I'm talking about a lot of things. Even in religion, ask our fellow black brothers who decided to take Islam as their religion. Ask them how the treatment is from their fellow brothers in Islam who are Indians. Ask them about the treatment. Ask them about how much most Indian people would rather pay you through food, last week's food, instead of giving you like money, like as in real money. Ask anybody who works for Indian people how much racist they are. One day we'll be able to sit down and discuss that issue, that dilemma. We'll be able to talk about the disease, the hatred that most Indian brothers and sisters have for fellow black people. Like, I really don't understand this. I don't know. History people will correct me if I'm wrong. But as far as history books are concerned, black people, Indian people, colored people, we were all the same in the eyes of the oppressor, our former apartheid government. We were all the same. So I don't understand why most Indian people will be racist towards black people, because we are the same, guys. They've got the K word, we've got the K word. You know? So I don't understand why they need to be racist towards black people. It's appalling. It's distasteful. It's crazy. Anyways, happy Monday, Bafit.
So I was scrolling and I came upon this, and I must say, you talk absolutely utter crap. Like, seriously, nonsense. If you had an experience with an Indian, do not paint all Indians with the same brush, firstly. Secondly, do not come here trying to cause a racial dispute amongst blacks and Indians, whereas we all are residing or living together in peaceful harmony. People like you stir up all this crap and cuck and then want to play innocent or play the victim after. Let me tell you something. There's no reason for you to actually do what you just did. The main reason actually why I came here and doing this video is mainly because you spoke about the Muslims. Let me tell you, I'm not sure who you know of or what you know of, but our Islam is a very peaceful religion. We do not differentiate between colors. We help everyone. Go to a mosque and see who's standing there mostly. It's mostly blacks. And it's our mosques and mullanas and whatever that's helping those same blacks that you speak of, that are treated not fair. You actually do get people that lie and say that they are Islams. They use the hijab and they go and they doing whatever. So when they are called upon it, or people get them that they are fake, obviously they're going to be treated otherwise. We don't come to yours religion and say we need help, blah blah blah, and I'm yours religion, whatever. You don't ever hear Islam's doing that, but you hear Christians or everybody else do it. But the beauty part of it is Muslims do not differentiate between religion. Even if you're a Christian, you come to the mosque and ask for help and you will be assisted. So where do you get your stories from? Where? I want to know. Because what you're basically doing is you are causing a rift between blacks and Indians. Stick with your own story. If you have an issue, talk about your issues. Do not talk about the whole race. Do not do that. Because if you go and look at statistics, statistically, the crime rate is much more worse in the black regions or black people than in the Indians or the whites put together. Yes, Indians are crappy sometimes. I cannot dispute that fact. But I'm not going to take one for those people. There are millions out there that are absolutely good-hearted people. And the reason why they're scared of blacks is because of how you'll go about doing things. You'll never give somebody a chance to speak. You'll just automatically have this thing on your mind that this is how we are because of certain people that you all went through, that you all experienced. Don't do that. Don't come on here and talk shit, like utter shit. It really, really pisses me off that you also come and talk about religion. Like seriously, man, you're getting Christianity, a lot of crap people there as well. We don't come on the social media and say no, this person is a Christian and this is how crap they are. Imagine being no, don't do that. All religion are beautiful. All religion is peaceful. All religion sends out love and light. It's people like you. It's people like you that make religion or races look bad. Y'all are the ones that give those things a bad name. Don't do that. Because right now there's going to be so many people out there thinking that, Indians are so bad people, which we are not. You are judging one rotten fool. Like as I said, I don't know your experience with them. That's why you're probably coming on here. But don't judge. Don't do that. That is so entirely wrong. I hope I made sense to you. Like seriously, don't do that. It's pretty disgusting, really. And coming from an intelligent person like you should have had a little bit more tact and much more decency in the way you spoke. You even spoke about the Phoenix people. Let me tell you something. They protected their own. They protected their own because black people came to violate them, violate their properties, violate the shops and everything. Nobody said anything then. No, it wasn't a racial slur then. But now you're talking about that as if the Indians caused all the shit? No. Go back and search your history and see who. Anyways, I hope I made some sense to you. If I didn't, then it's just a pity. But I hope this goes out to others who think the way you do. Because come on, you know what? The world is a nasty place to live in. Instead of being the way you are, try to be good. Try to not judge. Try to step out of that box. Because the way you all think is not right.
So as an Indian myself, I feel I have the right to say this. Indian parents treat their own children like slaves, animals, and not human beings. So you're not alone in this fight, brother.
Oh, brother, it's time we stop making everything about race and anything racist. Sometimes it's not racially motivated at all. Understand one thing, people of color are not racist towards one another, but we are systemic and stereotyped prejudices against each other. And that's just the way it is in life. I'm going to give you an example where I work with a guy for more than 8 years. I work on construction, so I travel a lot. And there's one guy I always took with me because he was very good at his work. And we drank together, we ate together, we partied together. I went to his house, I chilled at his house and stuff like that. I knew his family. One day he was drinking while we were on a job, and it was a serious job that I had a deadline. This dude, and I took the alcohol away from him and I gave him a talk about it. He turned around and told me I'm racist. I had a domestic worker working for me. She took a couple of days off. She didn't bring her certificate. She didn't want to tell me what happened. Understandable. I did not pay her for those days. She turned around and told me she's racist. a lot of the time telling people the truth, Africans, blacks, the truth, it turns out to be racist. And this, we've seen it on TV, we see it all the time, especially with the MPs, how they behave now. When they don't like something, all of a sudden, the rest of the people are racist. I work with a bunch of black guys. I was offloading a truck. The first day I used mostly black guys, and we were offloading the truck. They were lazy. They did not want to work. They were stretching the job. So the next day, I had a different race. Guess what? They turned around and told me I'm racist. And now why I'm telling you this is because a lot of the time, they don't like to hear the truth. When the truth comes out, we are labeled as racist. And it is not racist. You all just need to get over that. That is your trump card, and you'll need to get over that trump card. And I know this whole video is going to turn into a race. Guaranteed, I'm going to get 10 messages saying I'm racist. And I don't care because I know I'm not. But I just want to tell you, stop that racist shit.
I wasn't going to stitch this video because I've made many videos talking about racism in our community. But I've seen a lot of stitches on this video and Indian people saying, well, it's not all Indian people. Yeah, we know that. Black people know that. But it's a lot of us. So they are valid to say Indian people are racist. And can you honestly tell me, how would your family react if they know you're dating a black person? I also saw someone say, well, black people are racist to us too. Two wrongs don't make a right, but I'm also having a hard time believing that you know that many black people. And you're probably just making this assumption from like two black people that were nice to you. So like, well, they're racist to us too. We as Indian people need to acknowledge how we are wrong and apologize and change. We literally have come through apartheid together and somehow we're still divided. It doesn't make sense.